Welcome back to Conspiracy Y, our 5th episode. On today's episode, we'll take a look at the untimely and tragic death of Brooklyn's drill rapper Pop Smoke. I'll read some articles, take a look, and give my opinion at the end. Let's go. In life, good things happen and bad things happen. But a certain group of people refuse to accept the findings of what happened. This is where the conspiracy is born. I'll be your host, Arthur Wells, through this journey of knowns and unknowns, information and misinformation of some of the world's most important solved and unsolved mysteries. Welcome to Conspiracy Y. Bashor Baraka Jackson, born July 20th, 1999, and was gunned down February 19, 2020, better known as Pop Smoke, was a East Coast drill rapper. He is considered to be, by many, the face of Brooklyn's drill. Born and raised in Canarsie, Brooklyn, Pop Smoke began his musical career in late 2018 with his debut single NPR Panic Part 3 remix. Pop Smoke rose to fame with the release of his breakout single Welcome to the Party and Dior in 2019. He often collaborated with UK drill artists and producers who employed more minimal and aggressive instrumentation than drill artists from Chicago. Following his rise to fame, record producer Rico Beats introduced Pop Smoke to Steven Victor in April of 2019. Victor would later have Pop Smoke sign a recording contract with Victor Worldwide and Republic Records. He released his debut mixtape Meet the Woo in July 2019. His second mixtape Meet the Woo 2 was released on February 7, 2020, and debuted at number 7 on Billboard's 200, becoming the rapper's first top 10 project in the United States. Less than 2 weeks after the release of his mixtape, Pop Smoke was murdered during a home invasion in Los Angeles. New York rapper 50 Cent was the executive producer of his posthumous debut studio album, Shoot for the Stars and Aim for the Moon, released on July 3rd, 2020. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard's 200, and all 19 tracks from the album were charted on the Billboard's Hot 100. The album spawned a string of international top 10 singles, including For the Night featuring DaBaby and Lil Baby, and What You Know About Love. A year later, Republic Records released Pop Smoke's second studio album, Faith, on July 16, 2021. Let's take a look and see what happened on that ill-fated night. Could we find out who set up Pop Smoke? On February 19, 2020, Jackson was renting a house through Airbnb owned by Real Housewives star Teddy Mellencamp and her husband Edwin Arroyo in Hollywood Hills, California. At around 4:30 a.m., 5 hooded men, including one wearing a ski mask and carrying a handgun, broke into the house through the second-story balcony while Jackson was taking a shower, but it is unclear if Jackson was actually in the shower. The intruders held a gun to a woman's head and threatened to kill her. Shortly thereafter, the woman heard the men shoot Jackson 3 times after an altercation. The LAPD received news of a home invasion from a call from the East Coast. Police arrived at the home 6 minutes later and found Jackson with multiple gunshot wounds. He was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where doctors performed a thoracotomy on the left side of his chest. A few hours later, he was pronounced dead. He was only 20 years old. On February 21st, the LA County Department of Medical Examiner, coroner, revealed that the cause of Jackson's death was a gunshot wound to the torso. The LAPD at first suspected that Jackson's death was gang-related, as he was tied to the Crips. However, the LAPD later believed that his death was a consequence of a home robbery gone wrong. It was believed the intruder stole Jackson's gold watch and other jewelries before running away from the house. In May 2021, a 15-year-old, the youngest of the four intruders, allegedly admitted to killing Jackson over a diamond-studded Rolex during a recording interview with a cellmate at a juvenile detention center. The 15-year-old told his cellmate that Jackson had first complied with their requests for the jewelry, but then tried to fight them, and a confrontation broke out in which Jackson was pistol whipped and shot with a Beretta 9mm. The intruders made off with the Rolex, which they sold for $2,000. The day before his murder, Jackson and his friend Michael Duradola had posted several images on social media, including one in which Mellencamp's home address can be seen in the background. The rapper also posted a story on Instagram and Facebook of gifts he had received. One showed the house's full address on the packaging, giving out his location. Jackson's body was originally planned to be buried at Cypress Hill Cemetery, but was later changed to Greenwood Cemetery. Family, friends, and fans of Jackson gathered in his hometown of Canarsie, Brooklyn, to show their respects. His casket was pulled in a horse-drawn carriage and was surrounded by glass windows and white curtains. On September 11, 2021, it was discovered that his grave site had been vandalized, with the headstone smashed. On July 9, 2020, 3 adult men and 2 minors were arrested for the murder of Pop Smoke. One of the adult suspects has been charged with a murder in a special circumstances that allege the killing was committed during the commission of a robbery and burglary, and others charged with attempted murder. The 2 juveniles have been charged with murder and robbery in juvenile court, as California law requires a minor to be at least 16 at the time of the crime. The 15-year-old could not be tried as an adult, and under Gascon's policy to keep all juveniles in juvenile court, the 17-year-old could not be tried as an adult neither. Producer Rico Beats stated that in his last few months, Jackson started telling kids don't go the gang route, wanting to be a better person. A few months after his death, his family announced the creation of Shoot for the Stars, a foundation Jackson had planned to create prior to his death, with the goal of helping and inspiring inner-city youths. After his death, several murals of him were created in Canarsie. Although his lyrics do not generally contend with police brutality or racism, his song, particularly Dior, were popularly used during the George Floyd protests in New York City as a symbol of resistance. Alright, let's take a dive into the murder of Pop Smoke. This one, people probably ask, well, the murderers have been caught, so why is it a conspiracy? And I have to say, who sent those juveniles and that adult? They went to the second floor. They went to the second story window. They knew to be at that window at that time when Pop was in the restroom or the shower. So you have 2 people there. You have his girlfriend, I'm not giving her name, and you have his friend. You already know his name. She's actually been accusing him of acting funny that night. Then you have the guy that he took the car from the West Coast to the East Coast. It was $375,000 car, a 2019 black Rolls Royce that he just pretty much jacked from someone. Now, if this guy could afford that car, he definitely could afford for someone to take care of that issue with getting his car back. Or he didn't care about his car back, he just wanted redemption. So between the guy with the car, the two friends that were in the house, and it's kind of strange that the police got a call from the East Coast about him being shot, not from anyone that was in that house that night. So that's the conspiracy. Who do I think did it? It's definitely someone in that house that had the drop on Pop Smoke. He gave them the drop for the minors and the adult to come in through that window at that time, knowing he was unarmed and in the shower, very vulnerable in the shower. Actually, when you're in the restroom doing anything, you're very vulnerable. Not being funny, just the truth. So this conspiracy will work itself out. I believe LAPD know more than they're putting on right now. And when they come, they're going to come for the person that actually set Pop Smoke up. So Pop Smoke, rest in peace. Much love from Connecticut. And thanks for watching episode 5. I've been your host, Arthur Wells. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit up that comment section and let me know who you think set up Pop Smoke. Thanks for watching Conspiracy Why.